Bonjour à tous, bienvenue pour une nouvelle leçon de French with Alicia. Aujourd'hui, nous allons parler d'une expression. Une expression pour inviter ou pour proposer quelque chose à quelqu'un. So it's a fixed expression that goes with si and then the imperfect. That would be the equivalent in English of how about doing that or what if we did that. Yeah, I thought it was useful to see that because we've just been going through passé composé et imparfait in its whole by now. So little useful expression. Why not? And then it's also a good way to review the verbs and how they work. So I could say to invite someone to do something like si on allait au cinéma samedi. That was really fast. Again. Si on allait au cinéma samedi. Si on allait au cinéma samedi. How about going to the cinema on Saturday? Note that I use the on, of course, because I'm talking. I'm doing it like a oral way. So more than si nous allions au cinéma samedi, which is grammatically perfect, but way too formal. That doesn't sound, it's probably written like that. Not even, I think. In books, we teach you with the on because that's the one you actually need in a practical situation. So, si on allait au cinéma samedi is a very, very typical invitation with the si and imperfect way to do it. And usually it goes with on because it's something like, if it's an invitation, it's something you offer to do, like you, and you include yourself in the activity or in the offer you're making. So that's why it's very often with on. It came out very natural with on because that's the most typical thing. But you can also say like we're going to the cinema, for example, and then you invite someone to come with you. Like, how about you come with us? Et si tu venais avec nous? That works perfectly. Si tu venais avec nous. How about you come with us? Si on voyageait en Grèce cette année, how about traveling to Greece this year? Si on voyageait en Grèce cette année? Then in a more cynical way. For example, if you say, et si vous faisiez un effort? That's the typical thing that a teacher could say to a lazy student. Et si vous faisiez un effort? Like, and what if you made an effort? I put it in plural. Et si vous faisiez un effort? Like probably 2 or 3 students. How about you make an effort to try and finish this exercise? Let's do it with, let's see if we can do it with all of them. Well, with je, it's weird. Or no, because you can offer to, for example, to go somewhere with someone and you say si, like an offer, invitation. Et si je venais avec toi? I said before, et si tu venais avec nous? What if you came with us? But you could say like, what if I came with you? So, et si je venais avec vous? Or, what if I tried to help you? Et si j'essayais de t'aider? Essayer, to try. Et si j'essayais de t'aider? Someone has a problem and you're like, well, what if I try to give you a hand with that? Et si j'essayais de t'aider? Et si tu venais avec nous? Et s'il nous disait la vérité? What if he told us the truth? That would help. Et s'il nous disait la vérité? Et si nous partions, that would work like the holiday one, like, et si nous partions à Paris ce week-end? How about we go to Paris this weekend? Et si nous partions à Paris ce week-end? I wanted to do one with être, which is the only one that's kind of irregular with imperfect, but et si vous étiez plus patient? What if you were more patient? Maybe you'd get like the results at some point. Et si vous étiez plus patient? It's like a mix of invitation, criticism, advice. It's a bit of everything. Et si il, with the same pronunciation as the plural, as the singular, would be et s'il apprenait le russe? What if he learned Russian? Because he had, for example, a job opportunity in Russia. It's like, but it's impossible, he cannot go. And you're like, well, what if he learned Russian? Et s'il apprenait le russe? That would help. There's not much more to it. Si, then the subject, of course, the subject. It came out at first with the But it's not true. Yeah, of course, it doesn't have to be on. You can use it with any subject, and then you conjugate your verb in imperfect. That's the important part. Actually, even when I was translating in English, now I'm doubting. I don't know. What if we tried to? I think that goes with past simple. And then how about? And in English, it would be like a gerund. How about going to the cinema? How about doing this, doing that? And in French, it would be si or et si. Of course, you need to be like a interrogative intonation. Has to be as a question. Et si on, or et si tu, and then any kind of verb could work, but you remember to put it in imperfect. And you remember that the pronunciation will be the same with je, tu, il, singular, il, elle, and then the plural, il, elle. Exactly the same pronunciation. Open but written A-I-S, A-I-S, A-I-T, A-I-E-N-T. I think by now, your imperfect is, I'm sorry, but I have to say it, your imperfect is perfect. You know everything now. And a few tricks. You know when to use it, you know how to translate it in English, and you even know like a fixed expression that we use a lot in French to invite or to advise or to invite or to advise to do something. Et si on faisait ça? So that's about it with the imperfect. I guess I'll go back very soon to some more subtle, complicated, tricky things about passé composé. Passé composé is much more difficult to say, okay, we're done with passé composé. There is always a little something that I have to remind you or to teach or to give examples about. But with the imparfait, I think we're done, really. So that's good. That's good. One thing out of the way. Je vous souhaite une très bonne journée ou une très bonne soirée ou une très bonne semaine. Merci encore pour votre attention. À bientôt. Au revoir.